So this is the next projective geometry activity, and it's going to look similar in some ways to the last one you did, involving the ellipse that many of you managed to create. In this case, you're also going to create an ellipse, but it's going to come out differently, and you're going to see some very interesting parallels between this one and the last one. This is actually the dual of it, and you'll see what I mean. But you're going to start out with 5 points, just like you did last time. And I have my 5 points selected here. Yours can look similar to that, as I would suggest, just so you can follow it. Doesn't have to be exactly. The left one, you're going to label capital L1, and the right one, you're going to label capital L2. So the first step you're going to take is to create your structure that you're going to be working with. So you're going to have 2 lines, one that goes from this top point to this bottom point on the left. We're going to call that S1, that's lowercase s1. And one that goes to this from this top point to the lower point on the right, that's lowercase s2. Then you're going to cross or draw a couple of lines, one from L1 to the lower right point, and one from L2 to the lower left point. The point that they cross is going to be point capital M. So these letters are going to look familiar, but notice they refer to points this time and lines last time and vice versa. So things have been switched. Everything that's capitalized represents a point. Everything that's lowercase represents a line. And we're going to start our sequence, and we're going to just do one pass through for this assignment. We'll start it at point L1. What you're going to do is you're going to draw a line from point L1, and you're going to have it pass through line S1 and keep going. All right, and it will cross, that line will have to cross line L2, and that's going to be a point of interest. I should say it's going to cross line S1. That's our point of interest. So right here, notice that intersection where this line that you drew crosses line S1, you're going to draw a line through that crosses through line M and continues on. So that's the next step of the sequence. Go ahead and do that. I recommend doing this by hand. You can do it on computer, but as some of you noted, it can get more tedious on computer. I do it on computer because it's easier for me to show it to you this way and have a record of it. Then your next step is you're going to take the point L2 and draw a line that crosses. Mine actually isn't so good, but it crosses this intersection right here where the line that you just drew in the last step crosses line S2, and it passes through and continues on and hits line L1. Where it hits line L1, you're going to want to draw a little circle. Then you're going to start again. You're going to take point L1, draw a line, any line, so long as it passes and crosses line S1 and continues onward. Where it crosses line S1, you're going to draw a line that passes through point M and continues onward until it crosses line S2. I actually did 2 steps in that drawing, so I apologize. I like to do one, but I get carried away when I'm creating them. The next step is to draw your next line from point L2 that crosses the line that you just drew that goes from line S1 to line S2. So cross that, there's a point there, have this line go through that point, continue it onward, and where it crosses the original line that came down, you mark a little 0, or you mark that point, circle that point. Beginning with the next cycle, draw another line from point L1 that crosses over line S1 and continues onward. Where it crosses line S1, which is right there, you're going to select that point and draw a line through point M and continue it so that it goes through line S2. And hopefully you'll start seeing the pattern here. That point there is of interest, as is point L2. I'm going to draw a line from point L2 through that point of intersection right there and have it continue onward. There we go. All right, and then where that line crosses the line that started that cycle, I mark that intersection point right there. So don't forget to do that. You have to circle these. That's going to become our ellipse, so make sure you don't forget to do that. And I'm going to keep going here until the lines that I'm fanning out of point L1 almost meet up with this original line that creates point M. So I'm going to go up until there. So I'm going to keep going through this cycle, and I'll repeat it. So point L1, draw a line that crosses line S1. That's my point of interest, and it's got to pass through point M. Looks like I have that there. So draw from where that line that you just drew crosses line S1, draw a line that goes through point M like I mentioned. That's this one right here. Then my new point of interest is going to be this point right here. Draw a line that goes through that point from point L2 and then extends and intersects the original line. I did that a few times. Hopefully you can follow that cycle. I broke the cycle and just kept going when I created this PowerPoint. If you have any problems with this, let me know. But see if you can create this part here, and you can see this is kind of a curve here. There's actually a curve being generated there. And the better you can, more accurately you can draw these points and draw the lines through the points appropriately, the better you'll be able to represent the outlines of this ellipse. Let me know if you have any problems with that.